Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha is Parshat Beshalach. This is a pretty momentous Parsha that I'm sure many of us are familiar with. In Parshat Beshalach, the Pharaoh finally relents to Moses and Aaron and lets the Israelite slaves leave Egypt once and for all, after dealing with the 10 plagues in the last Parsha. The Israelites are leaving in a hurry, but then the Pharaoh changes his mind, and Pharaoh, with all of his soldiers, is chasing down the Israelites. The Israelites have an army behind them and a sea in front of them. Things are not looking good. God tells Moses to bring his staff to the ground. Moses does this, and God splits the sea in front of the Israelites. The Israelites cross over to the other side, and the sea falls back onto Pharaoh and his army. And so begins the long trek through the desert the Israelites would make to get to the Promised Land. But there's one thing in particular that I would like to focus on from a bit of a different perspective. There is a midrash that appears in the Talmud about the brother-in-law of Aaron, Nachshon. It is written in this midrash that when the Israelites were at the shores of the sea with the powerful Egyptian army behind them, God commanded Moses to command the Israelites to keep on marching forward, even though there was a giant sea in front of them. Moses gave the order, but understandably, everyone was a little reluctant to don their floaties and swan dive into this giant sea, where they would most probably drown. So all the Israelites are standing there, in the midst of all this danger, afraid and unable to move forward. Here's where Nachshon comes in. Nachshon saw what was happening and jumped into the sea. Moses did not know what to do, but God saw that Nachshon was drowning and struggling in the water, and told Moses to lift his staff, then splitting the sea. Because of Nachshon's faith and bravery, all of the Israelites were able to progress. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Nachshon of the civil rights movement. He forced his way to national attention, stayed there, and would not leave until there was change. Like Nachshon, Dr. King forged a path for his people into the unknown. He was arrested and put in the Birmingham jail, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to lead his people, but he did. Dr. King and so many with him jumped into the sea of hate and oppression. The sea Dr. King jumped into was dark and deep, and the struggling so tragic and forceful, it still affects so many today. But undeniably, he made a difference. He changed the world. When he led the March on Selma, a pivotal protest in which thousands of people marched, he showed the world the brutality and injustice toward Black people that was the status quo. Dr. King kept struggling and fighting for equality until the very end of his life. The trail he charted out has yet to be fulfilled. We have not yet crossed through to the other side of the sea. Dr. King's memory and message lives on today, still gaining momentum. Let us follow Dr. King and Nachshon's example. Let us be the new Nachshons. Let us stand in solidarity and offer our support and efforts to all those struggling in the sea. Let us have responsibility and ensure that we are helping, not hindering. The future is uncertain, but we are strong together. The fight is still being fought. History is still being made. The time to act is now, and there is so much more work to be done. In the words of Dr. King, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Shabbat Shalom.